Hey everybody, today is Sunday, September 15th. We have had very little rain. Hello, honey. I was talking to my neighbor, asking him about his well. He's on community water, so he's got water for his household needs and all. But sometimes he uses the well to water his livestock. He also uses ponds to water his livestock. And he was saying that his pond up on the top of the hill is dry. And he said for as many years as he's been here, he's never seen that pond dry. He still has water in the lower creek. And I noticed today he had his cattle down lower. So, things are getting a little bit hairy. My well is virtually dry. Once I had a hard time getting water up, I stopped pumping. I just left it alone. I have water in the totes that are next to the well. And so I've been using that to water the horses. The rain barrels up by the cabin are for our cleaning use. And my backup was my pond. I have not been up to my pond for several weeks. I need to go check out my pond. So Honey and I are walking down to the back pasture here to see if what's going on water-wise. Don't trip, Honey. You want to get past me? This part of the creek is bone dry. A couple days ago, we were filling the water trough. I wasn't worried about the guineas because I figured they can always come down to the creek. We filled the water trough for the horses. The guineas flocked it. And we didn't even have it very far up. And they were perched on the sides and they were reaching down deep to get to the water. The creek is dry. Okay, we have a little bit of standing water here, but it definitely is not flowing. Where I stopped before, down where the horses are standing, that's where I was going to put the water trough that was going to be feeding off of the creek from a dam that I was going to be putting just up past here. So don't know if you can see it because we got shadows and whatnot. May not show up very well on video, but we have some standing water, so I'm not totally dry. So that gives me hope for the pond. Praise the Lord, I still have water. I need to get these lily pads out of here. Water level is down a little, but I still have water. And I see fish ripples up in here. But like the guy said, the forestry guy that came through here, it's looking mighty brown. Well, there went a frog. I need to do some work up in here. For sure. See here, the pond was draining. Where was it? It's over here. I have not been up here in a long time. Yeah. This is where the pond was draining down the creek. This all needs to be cleared out. But at least I still have water. So if things get bad enough, I can let the horses up in here. I hope it doesn't get that bad. But yeah, this is definitely down. The pond is definitely down. But we're not out. We're down, but we're not out. So, well, I guess now's the time to be working on the creek, because I want to set up a series of dammed up spots for situations like this, where the water flow just comes down to a trickle. And actually, the water flow right now is none, zero. There's only a couple of spots with standing water, and that's not... I need to have backups. The more backups I have, the better it is. Well, girls, I'm glad to see that you're finding some grazing. I don't know why you don't come down here unless I come down here. They're finding something. But we need rain. We really do need rain. Everything is so dry. And I have just got all these sticky weed seeds on me. But at least I don't appear to have any ticks on me. But I didn't go quite as far as the forestry guys did. And he was covered in the baby ticks. Look at this. So I'm spreading the seeds, and so these things can grow more. Actually, I'm hoping that the goats will eat anything that grows up from this stuff. So, man, just covered in them. Alright, I'll leave these girls to do what they want to do. They'll probably follow me back anyway. This is bad. This is bad. I know from here on up it's probably bone dry. I was telling my pastor this morning, he had a good sermon on prayer, and he asked me about our water situation, and I said, well, the well's dry, but I've got the totes that I had filled. I said, you know, when God gives you plenty, more than what you need, then that's the time to stock up. Just like Joseph in the Bible. God gave plenty, and he stored it up. Well, God gave plenty of rain last year, and I stored up as much as I could. I only had 4 totes, but I filled them up, and I didn't use them until I needed them. Now I've got the one tote is just about empty. I've got 2 more that are about half full, and I've got another one that's a little bit more than half full. So I stored up as much as I could. I'm just praying that the water lasts until we get rain. There's nothing significant in the forecast for at least another 4 weeks. Chance of showers next week. Chance. And I think there's one day where it's 40% chance, and all the other days are like 20, 30%. So, not much. And I'm not the only homestead farm that needs rain. We all need rain. And that was one of his talking points in the sermon this morning, was about rain. So we have not because we ask not. Got to be a little more specific. Lord, please give me enough to keep my fish alive and to keep my horses watered.